Welcome, everyone. Another tour of the world, one beer bottle at a time. Here we have another interesting beer from Germany. LICHER. And it says, from the heart of nature. It's called export. And I'm not sure what export means over other things, but you do see that in a lot of beers. What is this in terms of its 5.4 alcohol? Here's the back label. Usual ingredients. Let me look it up here. This comes from a brewery that has been in function from 1854. Sure, owned by the same family, as is so typical you'll find in Germany. So water, barley malt, and hops, your traditional ingredients. It's golden yellow, which means it may be a bit on the bitter side. It claims that it has an herb tart taste, whatever that is. Tart usually means a little bitter, and I'm not sure what herb they're using. They got a nice little bird on here. Okay. Not sure what type of bird that is. Blue jay or some sort. I'm not sure if that's... They do have birds that look similar to that in Germany, I think, even though they're relatively rare. So let's take a look at this again. Of course, let's pour it out here and take a look at the actual color. As we know, the lighter yellow it is, usually the more bitter it is. You gotta watch when things say yellow on them. You prefer something that's more amber. It's got a big head on it, basically. The color is kind of common. Doesn't seem to be too yellow, even though it does seem to be a little bit on the yellower side. Now let's take a taste of this and see if that adds up to it being a little bitter. I'm going to give it a minute or two because, as I mentioned, you got all those tastes in your mouth, and it takes it really takes a couple of minutes for everything to react within your mouth so you can get a full taste of this. It does have a big head on it. Yeah, this is your typical flavor. I don't know how natural. This is your typical bitter flavor that you get with most German beers. This is not good at all. It's got that bitter, strong, I guess it's as they call tangy as well. It's not smooth. The beer shouldn't be smooth. It has an aftertaste that is very bitter. So this would be a great beer to mix with soda, make a spritzer out of, but drink this beer this sour, this bitter. It's just bad beer making. But, you know, some people like this. And this is very typical of the Germans who like bitter type things. They like sour candies. They like bitter beer. Almost all their beers have a strong bitterness to them, which is why German beers are not really at the top of anybody's list if you know anything about beer. Like everything else, there's so many beers that some are better than others. This I would give actually a 3 to. It's just very bitter. And of course, beer's not supposed to be bitter. So it's kind of like getting a soda or that doesn't have enough sugar. I mean, a soda should have lots of sugar in it. That's what a soda is. A beer should be tasting of hops. This again is a... if it says lager on here or not, it doesn't really say that, but you would consider this a lager. This is not a good Pilsner, the Czechoslovakian method of brewing, which gives you a much more tastier beer. So we search again. We've went down another dry hole, another bitter beer, another waste of time. We will seek more. We have lots more to come.